Welcome to a special Kiki and Kivitz bonus episode, Love After Lockup. I'm here with my co-host Mary, but today we have a very special guest. It is Derrick, Daonte's buddy since first grade, joining us to shoot the
Hi.
shit. Welcome, Derrick. How are you?
Hi,
Great.
Derrick. Thank you for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
Yay. I'm having a cocktail. Feel free to join me. I like your ear hugs, not drugs shirt. Keep that in mind, Mary.
Yes, we're having a little party here tonight. A little party.
Anyway, so glad you could be here because we have so many questions for you.
Lots of questions, Derrick. Lots of questions.
I feel so sad for Deontay. I really do. He was super strong on Nicole, right? Like
Okay. I mean, he was. He partly still is. I mean, we all have those loves of our lives that we just can't get over, and they'll always be a part of us. No, I mean, that was just one of his. He just happened to pick probably the worst person in America. So, hey, it happens.
yeah, so you've known him since first grade. So how many years has that been?
You got me doing
I don't
that.
know. Yeah. Didn't I tell you there was going to be algebra on this podcast? Never mind. Long freaking time.
I think. No, that was not. That was 93. So 22, over 25 years.
Okay, so have you seen this behavior before? No,
Like,
I'm
is
kidding.
this common for him? Like,
He loves hard, right? This guy loves deep and he loves hard.
He loves very hard. So I'll say I was around for his previous ex, but we kind of lost contact because I moved to Japan. But I know about the media too, and both of them happen to be inmates.
right, Chelsea, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I mean, this is a very similar situation. They actually kind of favor in the way they look also.
Okay.
But that's them. But I mean, he learned from that. And this one, she started from the beginning, he was happy. He saw a couple things. I told him, but things just didn't go as planned.
Why is he shopping for girlfriends in prison? Just got to know what motivates someone to do that.
I honestly don't even have an answer for you. When he told me that's how he met her, when he told me he met Chelsea and then Nicole, I gave him a face like Tinder wasn't open.
I know, right?
Right,
Hinge,
exactly.
hello, Match.com, dude.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
what did he say?
I mean, for the most part, Deontay's actually, he's shy. So at least, I guess put myself in his shoes. We know they want to have a conversation with somebody who, some of them probably are in there for the right reasons, are on those websites for the right reasons. They want to, actually just have somebody to talk to. And then you have people like Nicole that probably wants to finesse people. He's just wanted to have a conversation. I guess he was lonely at the time. I guess. I mean, I can't really say what his whole train of thought was. I told him I thought it was dumb, but he didn't listen, obviously.
But to do it twice. So do it one time and apparently had very poor results from it. So I wonder what made him do it again.
I don't know. Not even gonna lie to you. Because he didn't even tell me about it initially. He just, when I was in Japan, it was like 4 a.m. It was time difference, it was crazy. We found each other on Facebook after we didn't talk for probably 3 or 4 years because I was going through my stuff over there. So he told me about this Chelsea he was messing with, and they was kind of falling apart. So then he was like, well, I got this new girl. He didn't tell me initially how he met her. He was just like, oh, she's sweet. And I'm like, sent me a picture. I'm like, okay, she's decent. Nothing crazy, because he's just smitten, and I still don't understand why. She looks like a bag of bones, a whole skeleton. But see, the here nor there. So he eventually told me, like, I think time he told me I was back in the States, and she was just, I was like, so why did you get with her? And he was like, well, I know I need to move on from my ex. So I was like, I get that, but you could have.
I mean, do you think that that was actually the key? She looked like her, that like he was replacing her with someone who was almost the same.
I mean, okay, he doesn't have a preference. He's dated, he's dated Black women, Filipino women, white women, Spanish women. He's dated all these various types of women. Now, we all don't have he doesn't have a preference, but does he have something he likes? Yeah, I mean, everybody does.
Right.
He likes blonde white women. I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, he likes all women because all women are beautiful in their own way, but that's just what he falls for first, I guess.
But it wasn't just that she was blonde and white, because there was plenty of blonde white women out there, but she was blonde white in prison and also kind of called herself Barbie. Like there was a lot of things that, like, replacing Chelsea maybe, because there was a lot of similarities there.
I mean, yeah, he might have been trying to replace her, but I can't say because I'm not in his head. That's not something he didn't really talk to me much about it because he already knew my response would be. I've been, ever since we've been talking about this whole situation, even before all the show and all that, I was acting just like this, like, this is fucking stupid. So
like a good friend
tell
should
it
be.
like it is. Exactly.
Tell it like it
Be
is.
real.
Always.
Yes. So then she got out. Did you meet her?
I talked to her on the phone, and the very first time that I met her was on the show.
That was the scene when she was with her friend, and you said that they weren't going to last 2 months.
You're right. I definitely said that.
Yeah.
So why did you think they wouldn't last 2 months?
She seemed fake. Like, so what threw me, as soon as I got there, what threw me off, her friend was just talking and talking and talking and saying how her friend was such a good person. I was like, why did you bring a parakeet with you to dinner? Why does she need to talk you up so good if you're such a great person? And and she was just talking, oh, Barbie's just the best person I've ever met. I'm like, okay, she's a really shitty person. If you really needed confirmation like that.
Yeah, if your friends have to sell you to your boyfriend and his friends, that's a little shady for sure.
Exactly.
She also just looks like she's strung out. I don't know if she's on drugs, but she looks like a meth addict. Just saying.
I have no idea.
Hugs, not drugs.
I don't have any that.
No comment. Derek's like, no comment.
He seems like a really sweet guy. He seems absolutely sincere.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
was he truly in love? Is that your feeling?
I know he was. He was ready to get a girl the world. He put her on a pedestal, which whatever I did, I tried to kick that pedestal from underneath her feet. It did not work. He loved her. Like, people see the show and they're like, oh, it's fake. And it's not. My friend Deontay Sierra, he loved her. Like, he was head over heels for her. He wanted, on the show, he said he wanted her to be his wife. He was so serious about that.
You know, we have interviewed a whole lot of reality TV cast members, and we always ask them, is what we see real? Do the producers put words in your mouth? Is it? And we have heard, no, this is all real. Sometimes they make them do reenactments. They're like, I didn't hear that. Can you do it again? But we've not heard one person that said it's scripted.
No, it's not. Believe me. All the shit you done heard me say is definitely how I felt.
He's like, nothing scripted came out of his mouth.
Not at all. I couldn't do that. But as far as his everything with him is just a whole 100% true. Even how bad everything looks, it's all true. And everybody feel really bad for him. And I mean, we all go through life's punches. He's just a punching bag right now, and he's strong enough to deal with it. But
I'm just glad there were no cameras following me around at some of my lowest moments, because I've had some really low, stupid moments too. So, I mean, that's the bad part, right? Caught on camera doing stuff
And
that you're
out there forever.
right. Is he in therapy now? I would be.
I know, me
That's
too.
hard. Like,
Deep,
what
intense
motivated
therapy.
him to go on TV and do this on TV, do you think?
I mean, we've talked, even when he threw the idea to me, and I was like, yes, I could do this when I get out. Like, acting would be fun. But I mean, like, we thought it was, reality TV, acting. I'm guessing they're way different. So when we went up there, it was really just us having a conversation. So, I mean, the show is, so I never knew about the show before. And it was, I guess, somewhat popular. I'm guessing it's blew up a lot more since he's been on it. It was like last Friday, actually. I guess Love After Lockup has never been on, I guess, trending on Twitter. And I was drunk off my ass. But it was Love After Lockup was number 2, and it had trending with Deontay and Nicole. I was like, it's my best friend. I'm happy for him.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
But like, is that really what you want to be trending for?
That is the thing.
That's the problem.
Everybody says they want to be famous, but at what cost? But he is taking it, because people post memes about him, talk about him. I mean, he takes all the stuff on the chin. I mean, he knows it's out there. At some points, it probably did bother him, but he never showed it to me. Like, he is taking all that shit on the chin. It's nothing.
That's amazing to me. Like, I think I would be traumatized by that. You know,
And
I would be really upset.
We're not on TV, Brianna.
No, for real. I was bullied too much as a kid. I would have like flashbacks.
I wouldn't be able to handle that.
I think
It's a lot.
So, Derrick, tell me, do you get recognized yourself? Like, do people recognize you out on the street and stuff?
Actually, not that much. People look at me, and I guess my normal face, I just look approachable. So people just look at me and like they want to ask me something, then they just walk away. But on my ship, people like, were you on this show? And then on my Facebook, I always had these random people that I used to work with in the Navy. They're like, are you on Love After Lockup? Like, yeah, that's me. So not really much out in town, but I'm always hearing people talk about it. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm most of the time with my wife and my daughter. I keep my mask on because it would be kind of awkward. Like, hey, aren't you on that show? I'm like, huh? I'm not gonna lie.
So you don't like that? You don't want to be recognized?
My daughter is like, she's a low version of me, so she would make a big deal about it, a very big deal.
What do you mean by that?
My daughter, so I think about without all the cuss words and somebody's just as extra, that's my daughter. Just in a 6-year-old body. So
what would happen if she knew what was up? Or she does know what's up, right? So in other words, you don't want them to know because you don't want your daughter exposed. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. I mean, I've been watching the show and she was like, Daddy, is that you on TV? I was like, yeah, baby. It was just something Daddy recorded. And she was like, are you famous? I'm like, no, baby. Daddy's not famous. So, I mean, if she saw people say somebody want to take a picture of me, an autograph, and she'll ask me later on, like, Daddy, why do they want to do all that? And I'm like, well, Daddy's on the TV show. Daddy's famous. She's like, oh, my God. She's just going to freak out. Like, is me through and through. She acts just like me. So.
Wow. Why doesn't my kid feel that way? No, I mean, like I've written a few books and like at least 2,000 magazine articles. My name is all people know who I am, like in certain circles, but like my kid could not care less. He'd be like, whatever.
That's a good thing.
He's older. He's not 6.
I honestly think she's gonna be like this until she gets my age. This is just who she is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm crazy.
I don't think that's a bad thing. You seem pretty cool to me. So
Thank you.
so would you do this again? Would you ever consider going on like on reality TV as like a cast member, like a regular cast member?
Are you talking about meaning me getting somebody in prison?
No. I know you're married, but like it could be I mean, there's so many reality shows.
I mean,
Is that something you would do?
I enjoy being on TV. I mean, it's fun.
Really? What was it like? Tell us about that.
It was honest. It came way more natural than I thought. Me and him would just literally have conversations. Like the first episode where he showed me all that stuff, that's literally me seeing it for the first time. I would have acted just like that, regardless of whether the camera's there or not, and said all that shit to him, because why not? It's just, I don't know. I find it once, probably maybe initially, and we have a thing. Every time before we start shooting and we're together, we take a shot. Just to loosen up the nerves.
Here's that, bro. That's me too.
Here.
Woo!
We take our shot, just start talking. I remember when the first question you asked me, you were like, why didn't I guess initially, how did I feel about Nicole? That's why I knew she wasn't right. Because she requested all these things from him while she was still in. Like she requested $1,000 in cash. Nobody requests, like if you're like, okay, well, babe, I'm gonna need some money when I get out. Okay, that's one thing. I need you to have $1,000 waiting for me when I get out. What? Who the fuck says shit like that?
It's crazy. I mean, I've never asked I've dated plenty of men in my life. I've never even asked my husband to do something like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
pretty
that's crazy.
That fucking amount.
Red flag.
Exactly.
Wow.
On top of all the shit that he got her to begin with. That was like, how much worth of shit, Derrick? Oh my God.
How
is he getting that much money as a welder also?
I mean, it was just over periods of time. Like she was
saving money.
They were together for 1.5 years before she got out. So, I mean, you think about it, 1.5 years, you accumulate a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't, but why don't I?
It's possible to accumulate a lot of money in 1.5 years, Rihanna.
He was in the house. Like, he wasn't out seeing other chicks. He was just literally in the house, going out with me, working in the gym, working out. That was it. So, like, if you really don't have you're not out spending your money, yeah, you're going to sit there and save. And he was saving so he could spend it on her so they could build a life together. And it just, we're just going to leave that as is.
So you're there to pick up the pieces with him, basically. And what was that like? Like, did you say, I told you so?
No.
Did you have to stop yourself from that?
No, I didn't, because he caught the night that he caught her with the guy. He immediately called me, and he was hurting. Like, he was crying. He was pissed off. He felt used. And I'm not going, that's my friend. Like, that's a term. That's my brother from another mother. I'm not going to kick him did I sit there and laugh at his ass later when I knew he was okay? Yes, of course I
like a good friend would.
That's what guys do. They're different.
But I rub it in his face because, I mean, we've all made the mistakes.
Yeah. Well, he made it twice though. Just saying.
That I've been divorced twice and I'm married for a third time. Shit
Okay,
happens.
same here, bro. Join the club. High five. I'm way better at it this time. Gotta say, learned.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think he'll do it again? I don't know if they're together or not. I'm just assuming they're not because she's a mess. But would he do it again, do you think, with someone in prison?
Nah. Um, not who knows if they're gonna make it or not, but let's say they don't. I don't think he'll do it again.
I hope so. He seems truly like a sweet, sincere guy.
I mean, he's a lot nicer than me, put it like that.
Or me.
Because I'm a dickhead. So
I'm a bitch compared to him. Seriously.
That should have lasted all of a day. Oh.
Derrick would have kicked her ass to the curb.
Well, come on, man. We're not brand new. Like, that's like,
you know,
red flag, red flag, red flag. I just hope he feels better about himself. Like, he's such a generous, beautiful person. Like, I want him to value himself more.
The thing is, when you're in love with somebody, you want to, and I know I used to be the same way. When you're really, really in love with somebody, you want to do what makes them happy. And even if that's, let's say, not devaluing yourself, but you may stoop down to their level. Because honestly, that's what he did. And I'm not even to talk bad about her. She was never good enough for him. She just wasn't. She's a shitty. So, I mean, okay. So now he just needs to find somebody of his same value. So, which I know eventually he will. He's going to get his white picket fence, his house and dog and kids and all that stuff.
Yeah, he definitely seems like a family man. Like, that's definitely, he's that kind of guy. He's a keeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's telling Brianna said he can do better. He can do better and he's worth more. Tell him Brianna said.
Yes, so. Tell him
he knows who we are because we've been trying to get him on the podcast.
Yes, tell him Brianna and Mary say he could do much better.
Much better. So you said you know his mom.
Yes.
Yeah. So how bummed is she about this? She saw all of this coming, right? Mom always knows.
I mean, she honestly, me and her was kind of on the same thing. We both knew she won't shit from the beginning. And she tried to be a little nicer about it. But I don't know, everybody, we just knew from the conversations, from the things that he had to buy her, things she requested, like, nah, something ain't right. She knew, like, she said it like she said on the show, I'm watching you. That's what she told him, like, I'm watching her because something ain't right. And as we're seeing, it's everything she's saying is coming to light.
Mom always knows, but as the parent of an adult child, there's only so much you can say before you lose your relationship with them, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That is true.
He's a grown, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, because I made that same mistake my damn self.
Me too, man. And everybody could see it. Mine was more like a 90-day fiance situation. And everyone could see it, but hey, it is what it is.
4-year marriage. Whatever.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you would want people to know about the situation or about Daonte?
I mean, honestly, every episode you see that, let's say my friend is getting more aware of the situation. So it gets better. Just keep watching.
I look forward to that. Cool. Please do send him our regards, though, and tell him that we're rooting for him.
Please.
Oh, believe me, it gets way better. Everybody will be in his corner and they'll be proud.
Yay. I love happy endings.
Looking forward to it.
Well, thank you so much for spending this time with us. I really appreciate it.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you, Derrick, for
Likewise.
joining us.
Yes, I enjoyed my time. My first podcast, or Zoom call podcast.
Yay. Well, you can
Yay.
come on anytime. We're here for you.
Yes.
Anyway. All right. Well, you have a good night now.
You too.
All right.
Take
Good
care.
night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.